Hey guys, we are being asked to solve this equation. So basically, there's a lot of W's, right? And there's a lot of numbers. We want it to look like W equals something is our goal, okay? So when we have something that looks like this, usually the first thing you want to do is get rid of the parentheses, okay? Because we don't really want them in our answer, okay? So to get rid of them, usually you do what's inside of them first, okay? But in both of our sets of parentheses here, these aren't like terms, right? I can't get a single answer for W minus 4 because one's a W and one's a number, okay? Same over here. But what I can do is something called the distributive property, which you've probably been doing, I would assume. So when you have a number out here, that means it's being multiplied in. And the distributive property tells us that we can multiply it to this number and then to this number. Okay, and same with this one, okay? And that will get rid of our parentheses, okay? So when I do that, I'm gonna still have this W here, W. Now, this is a -3 being multiplied to the -2W, okay? So I've got a negative times a negative, which will make it positive, okay? 3 times 2 gives me 6, and we still have the W. Okay, so that's the first one. That one's taken care of. Now the -3 is being times by the -4. Okay, so again, we've got a negative times a negative, which gives me a positive. 3 times 4 gives me 12. Okay, so look, on that side of the equal sign, all my parentheses are gone, and that looks a little easier to work with, right? So now on the other side, we've got 2 times W, which is 2W, and then 2 times a -4. Positive times a negative gives me a negative. 2 times 4 gives me 8. Okay, so now my goal is to get all my letters together, variables, and all my numbers together, okay? So I'm going to see if there's anything that can just combine up front, which these guys can, right? We could write this as 1W, but we usually just write it as W. But 1W plus 6W is going to give me 7W, right? We still have the plus 12 equals, we've still got 2W minus 8 over here. Okay. All right, now what? Now I want to get all my letters together and all my numbers together. So, there's a couple different ways you can do it, and we should get the same answer. So what I'm going to do is, I usually like to have my letter on this side, my number on this side. It doesn't have to be like that. That's just kind of how I'm used to it. So I'm going to try and get all my W's over here and all my numbers over here. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 2W, because that'll get all the W's off this side, right? But if I do it to this side, I got to do it over here, okay? So I'm going to subtract 2W. Notice I'm lining it up with its like terms, okay? So 7W minus 2W is going to give me 5W. Still have that plus 12 equals -8. All right, now this is probably looking familiar. Probably done equations like this a lot, okay? I want to get all my numbers over here, so I'm going to subtract 12. If I do it on this side, I got to do it on this side. So then, on this side, I'm just left with 5W. Oh man, we're getting closer. And -8 minus 12, that's like, I owe you $8, and I'm like, hey, can I borrow 12 more dollars? So then I owe you 20, right? -20. I have -$20. Okay. So then I have 5W equals -20. To get rid of this 5, I'm going to divide. So then those cancel, right? I'm left with 1W or just W. We get W equals -20 divided by 5. A negative divided by a positive is going to give me a negative. 20 divided by 5 gives me 4. So -4. Woohoo! Okay, I'm not going to take the time right this minute, but you could always go plug in -4 for all those W's and make sure that it comes out true. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. Bye.